Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build up their walls so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
It's Friday. Y'all made it through the week. Y'all, your boss still doing good. He ain't got no broken limbs or anything like that. Tori says, laughing my butt off. I've never been the first one here. Hey, but it's the first time for everything, and I'm glad you here, Tori. I'm glad you here, bestie. I'll make sure I get that up to you. You know, Chrissy in the building. Chrissy in the building. Listen, I know I'm coming at y'all late, but I only got 2 segments we're going to do today, and then I am going to get started on some shirt orders. Shout out to those people who placed and, well, let me put it like this, donated and got them a shirt. I appreciate it. Thank you for your love and support of hashtag I'm gonna say it. And just saying thank you really doesn't capture the true essence that I am of my gratuity to you. It just doesn't. But that's all I got right now is a thank you, right? But look, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Truth needs no defense. Welcome in, bestie. Hey, y'all do me a favor. Go ahead and double tap that screen. Send out the live to at least 5 people at a time. If you sent me a heart me, make sure you go back and claim your points, all right? Patriot in the building. What's going on, brother? Make sure you go back and click that orange heart and claim your points, get your coins. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, all right? This give you a moment to do so real quick while I go ahead and set up for segment 1. All right? And while y'all are doing that, allow me to give a little backstory or say some things that we discussed when it comes to David and what's been going on with that. My man's Patriot says it's all good. That's good. That's what I want. I appreciate it. Praise God on that. And thank you for joining in. When we spoke about the David case, when it comes to Celeste, the young girl that was missing for a amount of time, and then she was with him, and she was underage when she ended up leaving or went missing, we'll say, or whatnot. And then they unfortunately found her remains in the trunk of a car that was belonging to David, allegedly. Okay, his name was on it, but we'll say allegedly for the sake of the platform. Now, one of the things that the police done was they went to his parents' house in Texas. Now, how did we get there? Okay, well, shortly after the Tesla was found that belonged to him, that was found not too far, not too many blocks away from one of the houses that he was renting out in Cali, and her remains was found in it. He went and got all of his things out of that house and moved, just left the house, just moved out. And so then the landlord went over to the house, and this is the landlord's words, allegedly. When he went over to that house, he saw some things that was disturbing to him or not supposed to be there. They weren't his. Angel, how you doing, sis? And so there were some things and items over there. Well, that prompted the landlord to hire his own PI. And the PI did his investigations and found some things as well. But Here's what I want to get to. When the police went to his parents' house in Texas, um, earlier when we spoke about that, I told you all, let me get my camera right. I feel like my line of play world. My frown was upside down or something. I don't know. Am I clear? Am I good with y'all? I can't tell. But when they went to the house, the parents were acting really weird. So you may be asking, what made the police go to the house? I'm good. Okay, thank y'all. I appreciate that. What made the police go to his parents' house? Well, there was a phone call that came into the police department, and the person that was on the phone, on the other end of the phone call, said that they heard screams that sounded like it was a female, and they heard some popping noises, but they were pretty sure it wasn't fireworks, or at least it wouldn't have been time for someone to be letting off fireworks. But so the police go to his parents' house in Texas, and the parents are acting really weird. Like they're like standing at the door, and then when the cops are asking questions, they're like very vague on their answers. And the way that they were looking, you all just got to go and look at the video. But the way the parents was looking at the cops, me personally, if I'm the police, if I was a cop, then I just would have had to call for backup, and I would have tried to do all I could to get some type of warrant to check their residence, because they were acting weird to the point. The dad, when he answered the door, he was in his robe. I mean, it's in the middle of the night. They're in the robe and pajamas and stuff. But the dad closed the door, which, to my understanding, when a police is asking you questions at the door and you close the door in his face, you would think that their security would be heightened, like they would alarm them that, hey, we need backup. Something isn't right here. But no, they just stood at the door and was chilling. Now, the dad did come back and open the door, but by this time when he opened the door, his wife, I'm assuming David's mother, was with him. And yet still, when they were asking them questions, they were vaguely giving the police answers. Okay, let me try to paint the picture for you. So for those of you that's parents on here, let's say we're sleeping, right? Simply Kim, welcome in, Bessie, and thank you for the heart, me. We're sleeping, right? And the police knock at the door. We wake up, we go to the door. They telling us that they had gotten a phone call, and someone said that they heard a female screaming, and they heard some popping noises that sounded like noises. Now, wouldn't you be, if it didn't happen, or if you didn't know what was going on, wouldn't you be like, what? Here? No, anything like? They was just like, no, nothing's going on here. Mm-mm. I don't know who could have called. I don't know. What? First of all, once we got a phone call that there was alleged, we coming in like this. We making sure we approaching the house to secure ourselves, and we ready for anything. What we call TTG. You know, it's time to go. You ready to get down? If you got to get down. Lori, welcome in, bestie. You didn't get the notification. Okay. See that they might be on me again. I'm going. Oh, so I'll try to speak in code words on this one, and this is not going to be long. Bessie, thank you again for what you done, and I'm gonna do a quick show, and then we're gonna get on them and get the shirts pressed up and try to get them sent out. Okay, but that's what you would do. I would think. I mean, that's But in any event, so nothing happened. A couple of items that was found in the house in California that David, his best friend, and this young lady, Celeste, stayed in or was staying in at the time. A couple of items that they found that was a little disturbing. Well, they had bought a deep freezer. And when the private investigator seen these things or whatnot, He was saying they allegedly it was stated that, and I don't know if it was from the best friend because the best friend did get arrested. He was somewhere, I think, out west with his mom or something. I'm not sure exactly where. I can't remember. But he was at his mother's house. Of course, he wasn't here, and he wasn't in L.A. where their house was. But it, the freezer that they had, they stated that it was okay. Thank you, Kim. Simply Kim said it was Montana. He was at his mom's house in Montana, and they said that this freezer was because they were going to buy Dippin' Dots ice cream and they were going to store it in the refrigerator. I know. Don't ask me. Hold on. But then, and I want to make sure I make myself clear when I say this. Also found at the residence was an incinerator. One that you're not supposed to have in Los Angeles. But in any event, it wasn't open. So it hadn't been used at the time, all right? Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that, Lori. It wasn't open, so it wasn't used. Now, the thing about that is, why would you have an incinerator at the house? Most people don't, unless you, yeah, it really didn't. It was out of place here in LA, okay? So, but now, this is what I want to bring to you. I had to tell you that backstory so we could get here. So now his parents have been subpoenaed as witnesses to the grand jury. Now, I don't know why this young man hasn't been detained yet or brought in on the suspicion of unaliving someone. I mean, the remains was found in a car that was in his name. He abruptly moved out of the residence that he was staying in. We have a deep freezer that was found, and I can kind of let that go because a lot of people have deep freezers that they keep meat in and frozen vegetables in and whatnot. You know, all right, I could let that go. That's not really out of place. But then the incinerator. Now I got my percolating is perking now. Like, what are we doing here with this? All right. And so let's find out how the parents got subpoenaed. And the video credit for segment 1 goes to our good friend Khadijah Lynn. She's covering this. And so we're going to find out if she lets us know how we got to this part right here. Because you got to remember, David is still not detained yet. Now, one of the things that I said when David's friend got detained or got apprehended, I said he may talk. We just may start to crack this case because I feel like he may start talking. Yes, I'm speaking about Neo. That's right, Simply Kim. I think he's going to talk. Especially because here's the thing. Sometimes when people get caught like that, the police can let them know, check this out. What do you know about this? Oh, you don't want to talk? All right, well, look, you don't want to talk. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put this amount of time on you, and we're going to charge you with this right here. Now, you can save yourself, or we can work with you if you give us what we asking for. You scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours. Now, I don't know Neo per se. I don't know him at all. And no, not the R&B singer Neo. All right, we're not talking about him. Let's not get that confused neither. But I will tell you all this. Just seeing his face, his picture, seemed like there's no soul there. His what you call it, when you get his booking picture, his arrest photo. It seems like there's no soul being housed in that body. Now, I don't want to talk about nobody, but I have to convey what I see in the picture. And they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, it looked like nobody lives there. No soul lives there. I don't think there would be any remorse. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that, sis. I don't think it would be any remorse given how he was looking. Now, there's also a picture that was let out Niece in the building. You made it. How you doing? Thank you for the heart, me. There was a picture that was put out in the media of David and his friend Neo laying on the bed with each other. And they were like head to head. Like one was laying one way, the other was laying the other way. Now, when I saw this picture, it gave me vibes that this was more than just a homeboy friendship. It looked more like it could be some deeper feelings in there. Again, these are things, this is my perception, my POV. I strongly encourage you all to go and look yourself, and then you can formulate your own opinion, what you come up with. But this is just, I'm just telling you what I felt when I saw it. Seems like there was more than just, you know, your homeboy you hang out and play video games with, y'all playing 2K and stuff like that, or Call of Duty, or what's the other one? There's another one that's out too that's real big, Grand Theft Auto or something like that. It didn't look like that. Simply Kim, thank you for closing out that goal with the crystal heart. I appreciate y'all. Give it up for Simply Kim. And so now that we have, and one thing that I always said when this first came out, either David did it, David knew who did it if he didn't do it, and if he done it, I think he had people help him do it. Y'all get me? And so one of those people I think, and this again is my thought, one of the people I think helped him do it would be Neo. My thought. But let's listen.
We have new information coming out about David, and it seems like his family has been subpoenaed to the grand jury, but they are trying to fight those subpoenas. Top of this new information, we also have Steve Fisher uploading new photos of David, Neo, and more, and we're about to get into that too. But first, TMZ is reporting that it looks like there is a big update in the David case. Prosecutors want to call the singer's mother, father, and brother to testify before the grand jury in California.
Lisa from the
but
block,
David's family
in.
isn't giving in without a fight. According to new legal documents obtained by TMZ, David's family is claiming a court order summoning them to testify in California violates their due process rights. David's father, mother, and brother, who all live in Texas, claim that they were denied due process because they were given redacted versions of the affidavits used to support a lower Texas court order summoning them to be witnesses in the California grand jury proceeding. And big thing here, guys, we cannot forget that David's father has a law background. In my opinion, trying to fight a grand jury summons is crazy.
All right, now I'm gonna pause it right there real quick because she just made reference to his father having a background. Yes, when they lived in New Jersey, when they was in New Jersey, it was some things that went on, and they stayed in trouble with law a lot, pretty frequently. So this isn't the first rodeo for them. And this may be why they didn't act so surprised when we talked about the cops coming to the house in Texas. Because they moved to Texas, right? And so that may be why they weren't so, caught off guard or shocked or anything like that. It very well could be. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying, given a leopard doesn't change its spots. So, but given that they do have a history with law enforcement in New Jersey, it could very well be that there's a hand in this too. Lisa from the block says, I think the son-in-law has something to do with it, as far as paying someone off to do it. Got you. Leah.
According to TMZ, they also say that sources have been telling them that David is likely to be arrested for the unaliving of Celeste. TMZ goes on to say that David's family contends that because the affidavits were redacted, they had no info on why they would be considered material witnesses in the case, and they didn't have the opportunity to challenge the trial court's determination that they are in fact material witnesses. This stallment will not last forever. The appeals court set a 10-day deadline for the trial
I'm sorry. They were showing the picture that I was speaking about, David and Neo, and their hands were close, and I had to pause it because I wanted to see if they were holding hands, but they're not. They're just close to each other. And then his left hand, David's left hand looks like it's under, maybe on his side, Neo's side, or under his lower back. Look, y'all go and look at, go look at it.
Trial court judge to answer. We're about to get into some interesting information that Steve Fisher dropped last night. Steve Fisher says on December 31st of 2024 at around 10 p.m., several people were at David's house. Although Celeste Rivas Hernandez is not clearly visible in any of the photos from that evening, we believe she was present. The iPhone that she had previously been pictured with appears to match the phone and a case seen on the table in the picture, along with a Hello Kitty mug. Another photo appears to have been taken by David, which shows likely Celeste's fingers on a bottle. The phone that appears to be Celeste's phone appears to be on the Wi-Fi settings screen and connected to a Wi-Fi network. Even through the iPhone use of a private Wi-Fi address feature, the address remains fixed for a specific network, meaning it stays the same each time the device reconnects to that router. Hopefully, law enforcement investigators have reviewed the router logs to determine exactly when Celeste's phone and everyone else's phones were connected to the home Wi-Fi network and compared that with information against the statements each person has provided about when they were at the house and who else was there, including Celeste. So basically he's saying hopefully the cops take this information, and if there is a possibility that anybody is lying, saying they didn't know Celeste, then use this information against that person. For example, if individuals in the photos, including these photos and many others, claim that they did not see Celeste or were not at the house, yet the router logs showed their phone was connected to the Wi-Fi, that would raise serious questions.
Indeed.
Cannot forget about Celeste or the justice that she deserves. It has now been more than 5 months and no charges have been filed. The last photo of Celeste is not from that night that these other pictures are from. It's from another time, but it's meant to show her phone to compare it to the phone on the table in this picture.
Okay, look, let me pause real quick. There's a couple things I want to say. This, first of all, I'm just trying to figure out why the sense of urgency from the police department isn't present. I feel like maybe because Celeste had a history of running away, that law enforcement probably just took it as, well, she's ran away so many times before, she's probably doing it again, she's a troubled child, and so we're just not going to work with a sense of urgency. Again, y'all, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying this is my point of view. And I'm really just trying to figure this out because at one point she was reported to have ran away. And in the time that she was gone, there were surveillance images of her in the backyard at the neighbor's house playing around when she's supposed to have been a runaway at this time. So, and then you factor in the police, I'm not the police, I'm sorry. You factor in that one of the teachers in her middle school had told them, hey, I overheard her and some kids talking about this guy named David. And, right, Lord, we got a runner. It's no reason to panic. She does this all the time. There's no reason to look into it. Shiki, how are you doing, my beautiful bestie? Thank you for the heart me. Because she has a history of doing this, we're not going to, it's not a sense of urgency or anything like that. You get me? Yeah, you absolutely can. You can. And then hold on one second. And then another thing that I don't understand is that they both had the same tattoo, correct? Her and David, right? And so, to me, unless she's a big fan of his, hold on one second, Kim, I'm gonna get to you. a big fan of his. It's just awkward they got the same tattoo in the same places. Now, the biggest thing to me was that her brother, had made reference that David had gotten upset that she was talking to another guy. And that guy who she was allegedly talking to came up unalive. So I'm just trying to figure out, when you factor all of these things in, how come there's not a more in-depth investigation done on this? This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get at all. Amito Radio, what's up, brother? Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all gonna follow my co-star from Dope Girls. How you doing? Simply Kim, what do you think about this?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Hello, everybody, and thank you for having me up. I hate to say this because this is going to sound so weird, but I love this case. I have dug so far into this case since it first started because I like David, and his music is a little weird, but I like his music. I kind of understand it. So this is what I know. There's a lot to this case. Celeste was also, I'm not going to say the word because I don't know if I can, but in a group of girls that was found in Mexico in the airport. And this guy that her mother knows immediately texted her mom and said, Celeste is in the airport with a group of girls. Like they were, what's the T word? You get it? And then
TikTok friendly. We can't say it, y'all.
Right.
You can say taken though.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. Yes. So taken. And then the guy Gus, he was murdered. And it said that he was in a GANG, and that had something to do with it. Well, also, there's another GANG where one night that lives near Celeste's mom's house. And one night, Celeste was cursing them out and calling them the N-word and things like that. And they were like, I'm not an N, and and so, and then I've also read that when this case first started, that Celeste's mom is possibly or allegedly an illegal, start with
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and so there's so much to this case. I mean, there's no telling who actually did it. I do think David knows something. And if David knows something, Neo knows something. But then there's also the girl that has not been called by the grand jury, and her name is Asia. And she was the girl that posed as Celeste when Celeste wasn't there, or when they didn't want Celeste there. Or she could have been already murdered. Yeah. And she looked pretty much just like her.
Wow. And they haven't called her in yet. I wonder why they wouldn't call her in.
I have been wondering the same thing. I don't know. But I do know that when Neo went to the grand jury only had him for 35 or 40 minutes. And to me, I think for 35 or 40 minutes, to me, you can't say anything in depth besides, I take the fifth. Right. And so I don't know, but I don't know.
Neo who? The singer?
No,
It's, no, the friend.
Oh,
yeah.
I was about to say the singer. He got 3 girls as it is. He's still, now he going after. Let me be quiet. Okay, go ahead, finish.
No, not that one. What? I'm sure he's heard his name in it, and it's like, no, it's not me.
Yeah, that's why I said not that singer. Trust me, but because he lives close to us, he stays in. He gets in his own trouble. So he don't need this on his plate. But but so okay, one of the things that I also had mentioned, Simply Kim, and for those who know about the entertainment industry, which we discuss it quite often here, there's this thing called sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Do you think that's who she? Yeah,
that's what she was.
That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking. Yep. Do you think that's what it was?
I
Mm-hmm.
don't, I don't, I've learned not to talk about that.
Okay.
You a
She
smart
said I
woman,
plead the fifth.
sis.
I plead the
Right, I plead
Mm.
the fifth.
fifth. I understand fully. Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this. Has the teacher been questioned yet or brought in question?
No.
Mm.
The tour band manager has been questioned, and David's personal manager has been questioned. And I really think that David, personal manager, may have something to do with it because he came out and he was like, "It was not my job to tell that she was underage and all of this stuff," but he knew about her, and he was just talking too much, like you know how they say, a hit dog will bark. It was like
Yes.
that. It was
A
like he
hit
was
dog
saying,
gonna holler every
yeah,
time.
thank you, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, that's
Absolutely.
exactly, he was just talking, too much, saying too much.
Well, I
So,
believe that. I believe that. And then too, um, in covering this kind of stuff or in talking about celebrity stuff, something that we've also came up or have found out is that not all, I'm not saying all, but in a lot of these cases, the police help hinder the investigation of things because they are on a payroll. Do you think this is what we're seeing here?
me, Kim, personally,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'll plead the fifth on that, but I will answer this.
Okay.
I 100% believe that her mom was on the payroll.
Well, that was my third question, but thank you. No, I'm glad we're on the same same page here. Thank you. I appreciate the hum roll. I appreciate it. Thank you for that heart, me brother. That's exactly what I was going to ask you on the third thing. Do you because and the reason why I say that simply, Kim, is because there was a time frame to where the mother didn't say anything. Bella B, welcome in. Didn't say anything, and I know you said we was talking about her citizenship. How about that?
Hmm.
So that could have definitely hindered her or prevented her or caused hesitation from her with going to the law enforcement and reporting her daughter missing. Although I think being a parent with me, I just would have rather, I just want to find out about my baby. But by that happening and by the hesitation in doing that, I agree with you on that. I think that she already,
Mhm.
let's think about it. The brother knew about David. The teacher knew about David. Her friends in school knew about David. So
The
what
mama
what makes
knew.
you exact? That's right, right. I just think that we cannot overlook that part right there.
I'm tired of parents getting a pass. We know we love the parents, we love parents down, right? But when it comes to situations like this, parents is always getting a pass for what happened to their children. And instead of them taking accountability and responsibility for the child welfare of their child, they sell them off for a couple of dollars.
And yeah, and I know her mother knew because when she left one time. First, let me just say this before I forget.
Hey, Honorary.
Hmm.
Her mom did report her like 3 times as a runaway. And I know her mother knew because when she first left, she told her mom that she was going to the movies to meet her boyfriend David, and she never came back.
Mm.
I mean, she came
I
back 2 other
mean,
times, but
yeah, but she said it. She said the name. She didn't sugarcoat. She didn't try to hide it or anything like that.
right.
You know what? And what pissed me off at this big age? I'm 34 years old. My parents
This big
still want
age.
to know. Yeah, still want to know. What's your boyfriend name? What's his address? What's his license plate number? What's the make and model of his car? And I'm 34 years old. So you can't tell me that a 14-year-old, a parent, don't ask them type of questions. You have no knowledge. You just send your child out into the world and just pray on a wing and a prayer that they come back home.
Hey, check
I
this out.
agree.
I'm house sitting for my mom, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and I'm 59, and somebody came to her door and she called me and said, "Who is at my door?" Because she has a Ring camera outside. Who is at my door? I'm like, wait a minute. It's not for me.
Time out. Time out.
Yeah, right.
but so now, okay. Even our age, y'all parents are still aware and
They're still
intuitive on what
parenting.
y'all are going
Yes,
through.
they're still
Exactly.
parenting.
Exactly. So I have to say I think she knew too. I do, and I feel like there's a good reason for her to be locked up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this, since you've done a lot of investigating on it too, and I'm glad you have. So we heard that there were allegedly some issues dealing with the father. Is that true? Did Celeste and her father not get along, or was he not in the household? Have you found any of that information out while you've been doing your research?
I've seen two things, and I'm not sure which is correct. So, I mean, I'm not sure which is correct. So I'm gonna put that out there. I saw where her father, her biological father, passed away, but then I saw where her biological father is alive. However, her biological father is not in the house, but there is. I think her mother did. I don't know if she remarried or whatever, but there is a male in the house that's not her father's or stepfather. But then I
Right.
did
That's what I
see
heard.
I saw a picture too of her uncle. It seemed like they had maybe a family reunion or it was some type of family party type function. And her uncle reached for her to say hello, and she would not get close to her uncle. Like she just tapped him on the back,
Mm.
but she would not get close to him.
What they say, what happens in the house stays in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. And
That's
and
signs of that.
that's giving vibes that it's been some inappropriate behavior.
Hmm.
Um.
That's why she
Okay.
was comfortable with hopping in and out and leaving with other men.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. I appreciate it. Y'all sit tight. We're gonna finish this out, and then we'll talk again, and then we'll go to segment two, which will be the last segment of the day because I got to get started on these orders. But let's go.
This is the first picture that Steve Fisher uploads, and he circles it and says, most likely Celeste taking this photo, and this is her phone sitting on the table. You can see
Okay, I
we
see
have
that.
David, we have Neo,
Neo.
and just to let you guys know, we definitely have alcoholic beverages. But here is also
Mm.
that Hello Kitty cup that has been seen in other pictures. Here is the second photo that Steve Fisher uploaded, and he put, David is taking this photo, because this is where David was sitting in the last photo, and it's at this angle as if David is taking this photo. We have Neo sitting right here, and we know David was sitting next to Neo in the last picture, and we also have the other Celeste here in this photo. And
That's
you
what you
can
was just
see
talking about?
even more stuff all over the table. And mind you, this would have been New Year's Eve night in 2024. Now, it's important to note, up in this corner right here, we have another yellow circle, and he's circling a hand. And he is saying that he believes that this hand in this photo is Celeste Rivas.
All right. All right. So that's what you was talking about, Simply Kim. There being the play Celeste and then the real Celeste. Now, in this picture, you can see the hand. It does matches her skin tone, but it's to the side. And then the other girl, the play, we'll call her the play Celeste. That's what he called her. There's you can see half of her face, and I have to agree with you, Simply Kim. There is stark similarities between the two. Like they could pass as sisters.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely another reason why I feel she should have been brought in too and questioned. And well, we have the pictures right here that shows that she was there when activities happened. You know, Neo, we already know Neo. He's, they got him. I still don't understand why David hasn't been apprehended. And well, unfortunately, we know why Celeste can't be brought in because the unfortunate unalive.
Harry, where's that girl that's playing two roles?
Yeah, that
And the
she
real
needs to
and
be.
the real Celeste really was napped and took it somewhere else.
Yeah, very well could be.
Yeah, could be.
Because we know people do it all the time. You got
Mm-hmm.
cousins that look alike back in the day, or siblings that look alike and they used to switch places
Hmm.
with each other.
Yeah, they call it twin magic, but yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
And Celeste has a cousin named Camilla, and Camilla, I don't know if she's graduated from college now, but she was in college, and she is actually Celeste's favorite cousin, and she would go stay with her cousin Camilla a lot as well. But they haven't reached out to her either. And in addition to that, David was renting out another apartment, and it said that Celeste didn't would stay in the other apartment and not so
Now
much
that's
in
the
the
one in the
house.
studio, correct?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm
I'm following you. I'm making sure.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Mm.
Y'all, something
Oh,
fishy.
the yeah,
I can't
absolutely.
put my
Okay,
finger on it exactly, but something ain't right.
it's wow. It's wow. Okay, so now let's go to the neighbor. Let's talk about the surveillance images where Celeste was playing with the neighbor's daughter in the backyard. Has this neighbor been talked to yet? Has the neighbor's daughter been talked to yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I haven't heard
I
that
don't
they
think
have
so.
been.
Nope.
Me either.
All these people, everybody got to come
Right,
in. Everybody got
right.
to come in. We questioning everybody.
And then
Exactly,
this
niece.
the house that David was renting, the $20,000 a month house, it said, well, it's not even said, it is, this part is true, that Selena Gomez family used to rent that house too, and something else happened there. Now, I haven't been able to find out what happened or how long ago or whatever, but something supposedly happened there with Selena Gomez family.
So that crematory machine that they found in there, that machine could have been in there.
It could have been, but Dave Fisher said that,
The
um,
owner of the house, he said that wasn't in there the last time
oh,
he
really?
went in there and checked before
Yeah,
before David rented the house. That's what he said.
Yeah, and Dave Fisher said that when it came, the box wasn't open, but it was in somebody else's name, and it was
right.
not in the name that lived in the house.
See, I, hmm, I just yeah. This come on, like the if I'm not crooked, if I'm not crooked, and I'm not getting any kickback from anything like this, from if I'm a LEO, from the time I clock in, my main goal is to round up as many of these people as I can. And my entire shift may be interviewing them, investigating them, but I mean interrogating them. But I want it to be. It's too. I'm gonna tell you.
So
I'm
they too
starting with the mom.
lackadaisical. They too lackadaisical
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
the way
yeah,
that they doing stuff. If y'all really want to know something, y'all get out there and know. Y'all know a lot of stuff. Y'all got
yeah.
surveillance cameras. Y'all got drones in the sky. You mean to tell me can't nobody find somebody that go missing? Please play with
And
your
That
mama.
part.
he had a Tesla. So what is it? Um, the recorder that records everything that happens in that car, where you go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think they checked
Yep.
it.
See,
And
that's
then,
what it. I,
go ahead.
thi- this is what makes me feel like they're in on it.
Playing games.
Right. Right. It's That because the thing that you're talking about, Kim, in the Carter records, it would be equivalent for those in the planes called the black box.
Right, yeah.
So I, if I'm an officer, if I'm I can't even speak because it don't make sense. But I always start with the fact of, like they say, you can indict a ham sandwich, right? You can pretty much indict a
Mm-hmm.
ham sandwich. So now, when you have what that's figuratively speaking is, you really don't need that much concrete evidence to to indict somebody, but they have all of this evidence. So here's what I would do. I'm starting with the mom. I'm starting in the house. Starting with the mom.
That
Starting
girl
with
was
the
being
stepdad.
abused and didn't have an outlet, and she sought out men. She sought out
Yes,
men, and she thought she
Mm-hmm.
got with a upcoming celebrity, and something happened to that
yes,
girl.
She thought she was loved, and that's what she was
Hmm.
looking for, love.
absolutely. And again, respect to her. We're not faulting her at all. She's young.
Oh,
She's
no,
This
no,
young,
no.
but
kid, she don't know no better.
right, right.
And
So starting
Neil
in
and, oh,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Neil and the tour, not the tour manager, Neil and his personal manager has the same attorney. And I'm like, okay, David has to be paying for that.
Right, because he was the money maker. He was the breadwinner and all in
Mm-hmm.
that crew. Um, yeah, I'm starting in the house. I'm going to the neighbor. I'm going to the neighbor's daughter. After that, I'm going to the school.
I'm gonna talk to the
I need to know.
classmates. I'm gonna talk to
Yes,
her teachers. I'm gonna talk to
yes.
security.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna talk to the mother. I'm gonna talk to the stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna talk to everybody that she's interact with within that
Exactly,
time
niece.
frame, within 3 to 6 month time frame before this happened.
Right.
Yes, yes. And we want to talk to the brother. I know you said they're saying Gus was part of the family, street family, and
Mm-hmm.
there was some things with that. But I want to talk to because you start who had the most access to her.
The
That's
mama
in house, right?
and her stepdaddy
Absolutely, exactly.
and the
And the
uncle
brother, and
that
yeah,
that
you said
that
the
she
uncle was there
she
too.
she
Yeah.
she patted that tried to hug her and she patted him on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
See, I mean, come on, y'all. We don't even. That's not even what we get paid for. But I just think that some things is elementary,
Yeah, I
right?
watch a lot of crime shows, so
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah,
Well, I
me
only
too.
went 1 year in college, or
mm-mm.
I got an A in partying. It just wasn't part of my prereqs or anything like that. But um, yeah, that's where I would start.
DNA
And again,
samples
yeah, you got to have I mean, how that's the main thing is DNA samples. His parents, again, I do not have an answer as to why his parents weren't looked into even more when the police went to their house that night and the
because
way
they
that they
got
were acting.
connections. Ain't the daddy a lawyer?
No, the father isn't a lawyer. People keep saying that, but he works for either some type of law firm or something, an office that has something to do with law. But he's more of a support manager.
Mm,
But this is what I would do. When David came back from Santa Monica, no, Santa Barbara, when he went to Santa Barbara when he came off tour purposely, because the tour wasn't over, he came back to California, drove to Santa Barbara, and did something. We don't know what.
mm. Well, there
Mm.
has to be like I have to go with what Nee said. I mean, we got cameras, man. They look. We can drive down the street minding our own business, and they've got these gadgets that reads our tags.
Yeah.
You get me?
They
So
got all the technology in the world, and you can't find what happened to this girl. Is behooving to me. When it happens
it's
to anybody, it's behooving to me, not just her, but just
yeah.
countless people. that go missing or being unalived, and all this technology and business deals that y'all do, and y'all have this and y'all have that, and we got this. America's so great, and we have all this technology, but you can't find a fucking missing person. Please, excuse
Right.
my
That makes
French.
sense.
Right.
I'm talking about for real. All right, y'all. Let's close this out. I'm sorry, I stopped it, but I have because you've done research, and I want to run things by you. I haven't done deep research into it. I've done very little, and even with the very little that I've done, like I don't get a sense of they're trying to solve it.
They're not trying to. You know why? Because it was a sacrifice.
I'm about to say you want me to say it? I will. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Now watch
Yeah.
if the mama start glowing up and start getting certain stuff that she didn't
Telltale
have
sign.
before. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All her bills being paid on time and she wasn't paying them on time before.
Yeah. All
Check
of
into
that, man.
people
I would
accounts. You're not checking into bank accounts to see if any transactions. And
cell
I'm in the
phone
wrong
records. I
field.
need it
I'm in
all.
the wrong field.
I would
But
have
Well,
I
thought
couldn't work for the system. I couldn't work for the system because they too crooked.
there would have been a civil suit by now, too.
at least,
Yeah.
yes.
Cause I
You
know
would
my
think
mama, if
that
I
would
would have went missing, oh she's going to be the private eye, cause she's going
Right.
to knock on everybody door and anybody door.
That's right.
I think we can agree that the fact that the mother hasn't made a
She's not,
file
she's not, she's not, she's
is
not showing no remorse. She's not showing any empathy. She don't show that she's sad,
No
like that her
interest.
child is gone. It's like, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
my daughter, I just want my daughter to come back home. Girl, is no emotion there. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
You hide up or something? Like, why is your reaction so delayed? Like your child has been missing and is gone and you didn't think to. I'd be gone for more than 12 hours. I'm getting reported for a
And you
missing
ain't answering your
person.
phone? Yeah.
Hmm.
Damn.
You call 3 times and I don't answer. I was about to send the police to your house.
Christy said the mother must be happy that her daughter is gone. You know, Christy, baby girl, a lot of people are going to read that and they are going to think that you are a cold hearted person. However,
No,
I'm not
I
this
don't.
part. Yeah.
I don't think she meant it in that way. I don't think
No,
she's
she did
saying
not.
like we gonna reread that, Christy, because I don't want people to take that as you trying to be funny. She's saying,
No.
y'all, that like the mother by her not showing any emotions towards it, she is giving off that she's actually, you know, probably
Content.
pleased that she don't have to deal with it. Because some parents are like that, not all, but some parents are like that, and when you're in that type of business, it's like a reliever for them because now they don't have to worry about taking care of anybody but themselves.
Right.
Right. No, baby girl, I know you didn't mean it that way. Hot on you. I was about to take over. Look, 'cause that's why I was saying certain people are going to read it, and because people do that, they're going to read that and take it the wrong way and think you're cold-hearted. But we knew exactly what you meant, and I was just going to say that, like, you are right. It's her actions. It's nobody
Hmm.
else. It's solely her actions or lack thereof.
Lack of
That
actions.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
perfect wording. Lack of actions
Mm-hmm. I'm
that
with you on that.
brings people to that assumption. Mm.
Right. And it's a look, and it's fair. It's fair. It's fair. Right? That's she's we would be tearing the world up right now if it was ours.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that's cool. I think the creator I ain't got no kids right now because I'm telling you, everything will burn. This world will be scorched until I'll be just like that daddy from Taken. I promise you. I got a
I'm,
particular set of skills, okay?
I'm trying to tell
I
you,
got a
rewrites.
particular set of skills.
Yeah. I mean, you got look. Hey, I pulled up on my
Mm-mm.
second oldest daughter at work yesterday. Like I don't. I called her. Where you at? Work. Okay, bet. I'm in the parking lot. I'll be in a minute. You know. So like, but to not show and I know people. Well, people grieve differently.
Mm-mm.
Cap.
Not when it comes to your kid.
Right, not your
Yeah,
kids.
cap.
Not when it comes to your
Yes.
kid. Mm-mm. Not something
Yo,
you gave life to. I don't care who think they own you. When it come to parents and their children, they own you, and they gonna own you to the end of their time, your time, and the next time.
My
facts.
dog passed away 5 weeks ago, and I am still struggling.
See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Simply Kim, thank you for bringing that up because let's put this in contrast. Now, yes, pets are like kids to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen to
Yep,
what
they
she
are.
said. She's distraught over her pet that's a kid to her. So this mother with a kid, did you just kick back, relax?
Feet up,
Nah.
Coronas pop, lime in the bottle.
Yep.
look, look. Hey, Haro said they can cancel Christmas messing with mine. I
No,
know that's
no, they
right,
ain't
bro.
even just canceling Christmas. You might as well cancel everybody. Anybody that I
Hey,
feel like was involved, cancel them all. Unalive them and let God sort it out. Because I'm not about to play with y'all. I'm not.
nah.
I'm surpassed under the jail. You might as well
Mm-hmm.
bury me in the ocean, put me in a little metal container and drop me in there and let me live out the rest of
Hit the
my little
depths.
5 minutes that I'm gonna have under the water. Because if I come back,
They still getting
oh, come back
And
in the
you
next lifetime with the
and you will
same
come back in
energy.
spirit. They don't have to see you.
Listen, I'm tearing
right.
everything
True
up
facts.
like 13 ghosts. I'm tearing everything up. You hear me?
Trying to tell you, they sitting there watching TV, slapping stuff off the mantle. I'm doing it all.
No, no, no,
It
I'm
ain't over
slapping
with.
you. Oh my God, I got a cut on my neck. What happened? Yeah. Some of my
Wait
hair
till you
that
go to
fell
sleep
out.
tonight.
Yeah. Why I felt like somebody dragged me out the bed because I did.
You is crazy, but I agree with you on that.
Mm.
All right, let me close this out, y'all. Hold on 1 second.
Like he said, he also included this photo of Celeste. This was not taken from this night. It is just one that could be found on social media of Celeste with her cell phone. Steve Fisher believes that it's very possible that Celeste Rivas's phone was sitting on this table and they look very similar. As you can see, it appears to be an iPhone with a black case. I don't know if that is for sure Celeste's phone, but he wants to point this out. One thing I do want to add to this is the fact that we know that Steve Fisher has photos of Celeste on this SD card that came out of David's camera the day before these pictures that he just uploaded. This photo that he uploaded in the past is December 30th of 2024 at 11:57 a.m. So it's almost December 31st. Then David took this photo of his hand on December 31st of 2024, but it had just turned December 31st because it was 12:01 a.m. Now we have Steve Fisher uploading these photos that he is also saying are taken on December 31st of 2024, but at 10 p.m., just 2 hours before it would be January 1st of 2025. Now, Steve Fisher does add some more context and say that there is another person that was there during these photos being taken. Somebody commented basically saying that they believe that Aisha would be there because the other Celeste is in these photos with David and Neo. Steve Fisher ended up commenting under this comment confirming that Aisha was there. I just didn't use the picture that included her, but she was there that night. It's now looking like we're getting some significant updates with what's happening with the investigation into what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. I'm honestly hoping that really soon we are going to see some big movements, and I hope that Celeste Rivas gets justice very soon. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
All right, give it up to Khadijah Lynn. Great content again. And once again, the private investigator just stated that she was there, which goes back to our question that we asked earlier. Why has this chick not been picked up yet and talked to? The other
Hmm.
Celeste.
Ooh,
Oh, I thought you
I'm
pronounced
telling
it
you.
Asia. Sorry.
Hey, Chrissy.
I'm telling you. What's that anime? DEATH? Nope. Yeah, everybody name going in the book. Everybody name going in the book.
Oh,
Everybody name is going in the book.
Yeah, do me a favor. Forgive me. I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm gonna get me some apple juice. I'll
Go
be
ahead.
right back.
Go
All
ahead.
right.
Yep.
You carry
I'm
your
gonna
niece.
be just like Uma. I promise you, just like Uma, it's a whole list. Where's Bill? Where is Bill? Because I'm not about to play with y'all. Mm-mm, mm-mm,
And it's also said
mm-mm.
that the last picture, according to Steve Fisher, the last picture she took was that they can find of her as is February of 2025.
So the last picture they found of her, like, was actually taken on February 2025.
Right. They can't find a picture beyond that time.
So that was last year.
Mm-hmm. A year
But
ago,
didn't they
exactly.
say, yeah, because we're in February. But didn't they say though she was unalived in 2024?
I don't think she could have been alive in 2024 because I think she did go on some of his tour. I was thinking she went on some of his tour with him. But, well, yeah, she did. She did go on some of his tour because actually she was at the Fillmore with him in Silver Spring, Maryland. And I think that was the last one she was at. And I think that one was in August
Of 2024?
25. It was 25. I know it was 25. But I think it was July or August, but I think pretty sure it was in August.
Of 2025, but the last picture they said that they have of her is from February 2025.
Correct.
But they
Yeah.
was talking about this already since last year.
Yeah. Because that's when she was unalive sometime last year. Because if she was unalive in 24, they wouldn't have found any pieces of her.
Anything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just her clothes.
If
Maybe.
that.
Right.
Put it in a
Maybe.
disintegrator.
Yeah. So.
Right. All right.
Yeah, I definitely call me Uma. Uma Jr.
The reason why I can't see David doing this is because he's got the world at his feet, you know? Like, he's just started out at 17. He's only 20 right now, or 21 right now. But he was doing so great, and he's got the world at his feet. Everybody loves David. Everybody loves his music. Well, not everybody, but a lot of kids love his music, you know?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
it's dark.
and
It's dark, but I think sometimes it's taken out of context, like some of the songs.
no, I'm just saying, like, usually when you gain, in
Oh, I
order to
got
gain,
you.
you gotta lose
I got you. Yeah.
something,
Yep.
Oh
right?
my God.
In order to
Yes, sir.
gain, you have to lose something. And with that being said, right,
Yep, I got
and
you.
you see, because it takes for artists, it takes a minute before, they be out 5, 6, 7 years before they actually drop an actual album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for this girl to come up missing, this man, he's skyrocketing to fame because I never heard none of his music. I just heard about what was happening, the case about him and the
But
little girl.
he started streaming first. That's where he made his couple of millions first, streaming. And he would do all of his own music while he was streaming, and people loved it, and it just got on Spotify and stuff like that before he got signed.
I just received the
Was it?
download. I just received the download. Sarah just told me, what if, not what if, but it's a possibility, right? It's a possibility that he doesn't have anything to do with it, right? And they had to remove her before she got him caught up in any type of situation because of her being an underage girl.
Mm, that's
So
deep,
they
but
had to get her out the way.
Yeah, that is
that
deep.
could be
That is
right.
deep. But she was in some of the streams with him, though, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Saying things
My-
that could have gotten him caught up, like just being young
Mm-hmm.
and like, be quiet. You know?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm just reading some of the comments. We got their son's a murderer, and they're standing up for him. That's all I need to know. Someone else says they're scared to get on the stand because they know they're going to have to admit guilt or get ready to go to prison with their kid. I have one. Somebody says I have one child. He is my reason for being, my everything. If he did this shiznit, I'd still love him to hell and back, but I could never, ever, ever help hide some stuff like this. Mm. I hope his family lose everything. I
Mm.
was wondering when we were gonna get a David update. Thank you. Yeah, we're definitely gonna stay on top of this too. We're gonna make sure we and Simply Kim. Do you mind if we recruit you?
Oh no, I love this case. I should be one of the investigators, like for real. I
I
want I
appreciate it.
want to go to court in California.
You know that would I would actually want to attend this when it all starts to come out. I would.
Yeah,
This is it's sad.
it
It's
is sad.
sad. But I really do feel like now, and I'm thinking about it, like, what if they really got rid of this young lady because she's a young girl and she can testify to certain things and her being underage, right? Where she can actually end up ruining him, and they had to really dispose of her.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And David put
Well,
all of his homes in his mother's name.
yeah, right. And that
Well,
was
that's
crazy
smart
too.
because a lot of celebrities do that. So like when they get married and stuff, and you know how they be out here marrying these Instagram
Hmm.
models and all of that stuff, and they just marrying them to take them for what they got, and
Yeah.
then they find out that they don't really have anything because everything is in either their children or their parents' name.
Hmm.
Hey sis. Oh, but okay. But didn't he do this after? Did he do it before or after though?
He did it after, and that's what they're saying is that he
That's the
did it
weird
so
part.
late that they could still have access if there were a civil suit.
Mm.
Mhm.
I know Chris Brown
Yeah.
has everything in his mom's
And
name.
his mom name. That's why I said that. Hmm.
Let's see. We're gonna bring up Rose.
Honore, what you want, Coleman?
Oh, Honore. Oh, my bad. I've been calling you the wrong name.
It's all good. It's all
What you
good.
want?
Okay.
Don't do me, Doc. Uh, I followed this case. I've been on this case since I first heard about it last year. Um, they when it all went down, they attacked his family's house, basically. Swatted his family's house, um, and there's no evidence. I mean, you're dealing with LAPD. If LAPD thought that in one little inkling that he has anything to do with this, he'd already been incarcerated. I mean, there's no shadow of a doubt with that one. Um, do I think he was
A part of it?
romantically involved with this girl? Yes, which has all been proven on that one because you see him in. She's been at his house. She's still underage, regardless of the fact she's still underage. There's been talk about that. He brought her to a party,
Hey,
and
baby.
a lot of people question that. Um, um, it's on that note. Yes, he should be. He should hold some kind of accountability for that part of it. Do I think it was the unaliving of her? No, I don't think he had anything to do with that. That car was 2 blocks away from his house. He was out of the country at the time when they discovered her, and then when they discovered her in his car, because it got towed and everything, because of the impound, and he came immediately. He came back. He didn't. He could have stayed over there where he was at. I mean, if he had any fault or thought he had any fault into, what most convicted people do, they run. They're gonna flee. They're not gonna face the consequences or something like that. He came all the way back, canceled his tours, and complied with law enforcement.
I
But
don't
Okay. So who?
know.
yeah,
Yeah. I
I
look.
don't
That's
know,
your. I'm letting you
Honore.
rock with your opinion on that.
I
But I
don't
want to ask you
know.
this: who do you think done it? Because you said you don't think he had anything to do with it, but who do you think done it?
I think it was somebody in his camp. Don't get me
Mm.
wrong. It had to be somebody in his camp they had his ID, his key, that key card for the Tesla. So it had to be somebody accessible to his affairs at the same time. Do I think he did it? No, I think they did it to cover up some stuff, maybe to cover up from him getting in trouble or trying to protect him in quote unquote some kind of way. But did he do it? No, I don't think he had any
I
knowledge
said
of
the
it.
same thing with that download that I got. Yep.
Yeah. But he didn't stop the tour on his own. His record company made him stop the tour. And he had to stop that concert immediately. He couldn't even finish out the concert. Like, that was his last concert. This is it. Finish it. I mean, not finish it, but that's your last song, period. And
You're
then the
saying in the
record
middle of
company,
the concert.
in the middle of the concert. And I think, I might be wrong on this. I know he was crying. I know that 100%. But I think the song that he was singing was romantic. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how do I
Romantic
say this?
affairs or
Yeah,
yeah, that
thank you.
romantic
Thank
song.
you. I hate TikTok, you know.
Just leave it at romantic song. Y'all use y'all
Right.
mind. Well,
And
I'm
then,
glad you brought that up, though. I'm glad you brought that up because let me ask you all, and we'll start with pronounce your name, brother, so we say it right.
Honore.
Honore, got
You
you.
said it
Okay,
right. You said it
Honore.
right when you called me back up. All right, yes, sir.
Okay, Honore. We're gonna start with you. Someone just left a comment, and they said David and his friends sacrificed her because she was pregnant. Do you think that that could be a thing, or no?
He wasn't
Yeah.
that big of a celebrity. He wasn't. It's a thing, but he wasn't that big of a celebrity at the time. His career is just starting off. I can understand if that was he would have been like Edie status and and Jay Z status. Like yeah, that we all know that's floating around. You know what I mean? But at his status, coming just starting off, I don't believe that. I can't. Uh, that's a tough call, but I will stand saying no. No, I don't believe that.
Okay. And before I come to you, niece, let me say this. Couple things. Simply Kim says that he was already making meals before he even got to the
On
level that he
streaming.
was.
Hmm.
Yeah. And so one of the things we spoke about in our show a couple of days ago was on this platform that we are on right now. If the algorithm sees that, let's say I think I'm blessed with maybe a little over 6,700 followers, right? Um, Now let's just say after this show, my followers go up to 10,000, 53.7 thousand, something like that. Somebody is going to get alerted that hey, people are paying attention to what he's saying, and then they're going to start trying to pay attention to me more, and
Hmm.
then invite me to be in certain places that would allow me. Thank you, Leslie. That will allow me to what I'm going to use for lack of better words, level up. Now, I want to use an example, and I'm going to say allegedly because we don't have all the evidence, but I will say what we do know. There was a victim that filed a lawsuit against Diddy, and in her lawsuit, she mentioned Diddy, Christina Korm, um, Drewski. There's a few other people that were present when they
S8
did
her.
bad things to her. Yeah. Oh, thank you, niece. S8 her. Yep. Jaguar. Right. Thank you, sis. That she was there too. She was mentioned in it too. Now, one of the things that Drewski stated was, "It's a lie that couldn't have happened because I was living at home with my mama and I was broke." Now, some people hear that and can say, "Well, all right, okay." He wasn't able to be around those people because he was broke living with his mom. However, I'm gonna tell you how I hear it. I hear it. This was my initiation. I had to. I had to. partake in this crime. And so now we see Drewski on a plethora of commercials. We got the
Mm-hmm.
sports betting thing. You got the phone company, and host other more. And I think he's got a show that he's going to be a judge on, some kind of, I don't want to say American Idol, but I think it's something to that effect. That now he's going to be
Everywhere.
a judge on.
He's
Huh?
everywhere now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's everywhere now. Now, so he's sitting, he's getting floor side seats at the Knicks games, at the Lakers games, and so I say that to get to this, brother, and a lot of times that's why people do it, because they want to get bigger, they want to have more wealth, and so in order for them to, again, for lack of better words, and this is a horrible word, but in order to level up, they have to sacrifice things. Now, usually when the one that chooses to do BLOOD sacrifices level up faster,
Mm-hmm.
um, as opposed to you say wearing a dress, or letting guys get in your back door. So
Making you grab your ankles.
yeah, exactly, making you grab your ankles. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So now I'm not saying that this is. I'm just I when they asked the question, that's why I asked you, and I appreciate your answer, Honore. Thank you so much, brother. Niece, what do you think about that particular comment?
Um, I think that is a 50-50 probability. Um, that yeah, that could have been a thing. She could have been impregnated, and because and I can't even get it out, and because of her being a minor, right? And she's impregnated, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if she was, right, it could have
Gave her
been a
balls.
talk, right? This is just a what if. It could have been a talk possibly, and been like, well, I'm just getting, my foot in the door, or my footing on with this music stuff. A baby right now is not going to help, and being because you're still underage is going to draw the wrong attention. And it was probably a disagreement there, and whoever is his counsel, right, sat
Mm-hmm.
down and had a conversation with him and her to try and come to a reconciliation with the decision of possibly getting rid of the baby if she was impregnated. She probably was like, I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my baby. And they was like, okay. And then when he left to go do his little tour, they said, okay, we're going to have to take care of this ourselves. Since we tried to find you the easy way out, you didn't want to take it. Now we got to do this the hard way.
Mm,
And they clipped her
mm,
wings.
mm. I like how you said that. Yeah, yeah. I like how you put that. I like how you put that. Simply Kim, what do you think, love?
Well, she was not pregnant because they did an autopsy. And in the autopsy, it said that, I guess they only went back a year, that within 12 months she had not been pregnant. So that came from the autopsy. So that's why I said she wasn't pregnant. But here's where the blood could have come in. He had these white shirts and he was dipping his hands in what everybody believes to be paint. And I believe it to be paint too. However, they are testing those shirts to see if any part of her DNA is inside of the red paint.
Ooh, I think I remember. I know the picture. Man, I wish I could show the picture. I know what shirt you're talking about.
Yeah, he would sell them at his concerts and online, and yeah. It was actually
Wow.
his own handprint, and he would just, because he did it online. I saw him do it. He would put his hand in the paint, and then put his hands on the
Put
shirt.
it on the shirt. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, Well, that throws my theory out the window. So she wasn't pregnant, you know, because they said that she was pregnant, you know. So I was answering
Yeah.
based off of that. So either which
Right.
way it
Yeah.
go,
Strictly, that's what we're doing.
I don't
Yeah.
think I'm 50-50. He could have had something to do with it. I need more evidence. Is what's
Yeah.
needed. And it's hard to really judge or really say too much about it until the PD and the investigators actually do their damn job.
That part right there. I mean, hey, listen, y'all. We're
Because
not
we're
saying
all
that she
just
will. We're
speculating. Yeah,
asking.
we're just
Yeah.
all speculating right now at this point because there's
Mm-hmm.
not really any evidence because they're not doing their job to have evidence.
Right.
Right. Right. And I mean, and let's be honest. Let me hold on, y'all. Let me get this last segment queued up. But let's be honest. We are also living in a time where we are finding out that a crew of wealthy million and billionaires liked eating. You know,
Oh.
so I mean,
Okay.
so the we have to ask these questions.
That's true.
Unfortunately,
You're right. You're right.
unfortunately, because this is sickening to even be in this state. But and we live in a country who apparently doesn't think that that's a bad thing, or nobody needs to be arrested for it. So,
You
uh,
know, it's sad to say it's not just this country. It's just that we live in this country because this happened in a lot of countries too, right? We know this. This is why people get sapphicked. We can say that.
Hmm.
right,
This is why
right. I
people
was be
get sapphicked and taken from one place to another, right? This
right.
is a global, a human, humanity's problem. I don't know who pissed in their Cheerios and thought that they could do whatever they wanted to do, but it's unacceptable. You can't just take children, you can't just take teenagers, you can't take little boys and little girls and just auction them off like a piece of paper. This is
Hold on one
not,
second, niece. Hold on, niece. Lori, exit out completely. Like shut the app down itself, and then come back
and then
into
come
it and
back
see.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead,
Um,
niece.
this is kind of like something that has been going on way before any of us was even thought about.
Yeah, it
And
was. I
Yeah.
was
it's and
being
it's
petty.
sickening. It's sickening because we know, like as a little kid, we used to sit and watch. I know I did. Used to sit and watch movies about how they captured people and took their
Yeah.
women and separated the women from the children and the women
Mm-hmm.
from the men and take the women and put them in a whole different area and all types of messed up things happen to them. All types of messed up stuff happened to the children, and it
Yeah.
was like, it's very sad. And I'm at this point where it's like my friend said this to me and I thought he was joking when he said it. He was joking, but I can
Okay,
sense the
Lori.
seriousness in his voice. He was like, I'm pro humanity, but I'm not pro humanity. I'm at the point where like somebody send a missile and just eradicate everybody and start from scratch.
No.
Right.
I said,
Right.
I don't
Well.
want to be eradicated. I ain't got nothing to do with
Me
that.
either.
Just get put all
Right.
of them on an island, the Epstein, make them play the Hunger Games, right? Make them play the Hunger Games, and whoever survives can come back into society. That's what needs to be done.
Well, I made that comment being petty because people over in the other countries are actually holding people accountable.
They surely do.
Dignity.
They will
Hmm.
castrate
Yeah.
them, cut their hands off, cut their feet off, decapitate them,
Yeah.
slang them, and everything else. Put them
Yeah.
in
We're not having
ties
it here.
and burn. Yeah.